We're here at BMO Field, fairly significant milestone for today. We've just completed, or are in the midst of completing, the south canopy roof erection. Just a midterm milestone of the Phase 2 renovation, but a fairly significant one. We've erected this 450 ton section of the roof on the ground, as opposed to in the air as we were doing on the east and west. The section of roof is on its supports, sitting on its supports and being connected by the workers. There'll probably be a couple more hours actually welding it together. From here, what's going to happen is the 600 ton and the 450 ton crane are going to go back to the east and the west side and finish construction of the east and west roofs. Then over the next month, we're going to be bolting the truss and the roof panels together, and then removing the blue temporary shoring towers that are just on the edge of the field of play. From there, we'll put deck on these roofs and then roofing membrane. So the south roof itself came in about 450 tons, all bolted together. To put it in perspective, the overall roof is 3,600 tons. So it's about 15 to 20% of the weight of the roof. The overall roof is in that south canopy lift that we just did now. To put it in perspective, the two cranes lifted it up into place, and there was about 4 ironworkers up on the top where the seats are. And what they're doing is there's about 12 bolts per base plate that are just going to position the connection, and then they're going to be welding the two, the seat and the plate together up in the air. Overall on the stadium, there's over 130,000 bolts that go into all these connections, most of which nobody will ever see because they're hidden from view. And the cranes are unique, just not only in their capacity, but where they came from. The 450 ton crane on the east side of the south roof lift is actually brought in from Holland on a barge and then trucked to site on about 100 tractor trailers. You can see these pieces are ready to go up. There's lifelines for the structural steel workers to safely tie off to and to get from one connection point to the other. Also, within the finish of the steel, there's a roughened strip that the iron workers walk on. So this piece will be picked up, taken up by the crane, and bolted into place with the rest of the pieces on the ground. The next piece that gets attached to this truss will actually have 2 plates that slide on either side of this plate, and then they'll bolt those pieces together up in the air. The iron workers put these ladders, which are attached to the top chord truss, and they'll put a working platform in between the two, so they can safely work standing on a firm platform. So as you can see, the guys are running the safety lines that they use to connect their harnesses to. And then these plates, they have to put all these bolts together in place up in the air. The roof was designed in such a way that it actually funnels the rainwater down to the middle, and then on the east, the west, and the south roof, it's going to drain, half one way and half the other way to a rainwater leader that's going to be down in within the super column structure. There's a 15-inch rainwater leader that runs down the middle of it, and that'll take all the water from the roofs down into the underground structures in the exhibition place. Those temporary shoring towers pick up the leading edge of the roof, so we had to build the roof panels on the ground, lift them up in the air, and they were supported on those blue towers. When we're done putting the truss in place and bolting the whole roof together, those temporary shoring towers will be removed by the cranes. We've got 3 sections of the catwalk that are still to go up on the stadium once we complete the roof structure. As you can see from these catwalks, these sections already have the brackets for the light fixtures on them. So we're gonna get, the catwalks will go up in the air, the light fixture brackets are on there, the conduit for all the electrical wiring's already been attached, and the lighting controllers themselves. So this gives you an idea as to how big those catwalks are that are up there and the structure required to hold the lights in place. When we took the light towers down from the existing stadium, salvaged all the lights, we're going to re-lamp them before we put them back up on the catwalks on the east and west side. Within this grouping itself, we've laid out all the light fixtures in a very specific order. Each light fixture is actually numbered, which corresponds to its position on the catwalk and the angle that it has to the field of play. Obviously for us, again, huge exciting day. 2 years of planning have gone into this. Design work, construction work, fabrication, planning, and it's all coming together now and really making a big change and a huge improvement to BMO Field.